Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. Got a great show for you today. Bringing you lots of goodies from around the Villages, Florida and Central Florida. And today, we're going to give you an update on that big fire down in Brownwood last week.
And the Hilltop Pool gets a facelift.
Which neighborhoods here have the lowest HOA?
And is there cold water in the Villages? All that and more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
We have a new website, and it's going great. Getting a lot of action. What we've done is compiled a central location where you can get everything. Our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, a list of the contractors that we trust. Now, you'll see some things aren't on there, like, for example, sprinkler guy or power washing guy or, several other things. But that's because we haven't found one that we feel comfortable referring to you. And when we do, we'll add them to that page. But we won't put anybody on there that we don't trust. And I think you'll find all the guys on there will do what they say they will do, and they'll do it right. And that's just a big thing when you come to a new area. We didn't know. We found all this out on our own, and we're just trying to help you. But we have other things on there too. We have a list of our videos.
We do, and we also have an Amazon page that shows products that we like on Amazon.
Well, the reason for that is we use things on the channel, whether it's a portable air drill or a fan or whatever. People email us, where did you get that?
Yeah.
Where can I find that? So they're all right there. And in full disclosure, if you buy something from Amazon from our list, then we get a small commission. And believe me, it's a small commission. But we would appreciate that. So check that out. Look at everything on there. If you have any suggestions, just let us know. We hope you enjoyed that cart ride on Thursday. That was fun.
Although I did look a little sleepy. Sorry about that. I think I yawned 4 times.
Yeah, I guess I just wasn't that thrilling company. That
Yeah, you just like put me to sleep, Jerry. Ah.
Here's what she hears when I'm talking.
No, I love when he talks, but I do. But car rides have always made me sleepy. I don't know if it's the engines, the tires on the road, whatever, but I always get sleepy.
Well, and you got mad at me the other day because we're driving along and you're talking and I heard it the first time, and you say, "Well, would you grunt or something?" And I'm saying, I heard you. But anyway. So on that video Thursday, it went pretty good. Ride-alongs, some people love them, some people don't.
Yeah.
But you remember last Saturday I put on that little extra video?
Yes.
Where I was out on the front porch blowing a
Oh.
bird whistle?
Yeah.
That thing got over 50,000 views. That was a good one. It was only 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
But that's what we hope to bring you, more little things like that. And we do that once in a while on Facebook. So follow us on Facebook, and you'll get more of that kind of stuff. But we never know when we put out a video which one's going to be a winner and which one's going to be a wiener.
A loser.
Our video viewer question this week is from Iowa. Here's Jan.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. This is Jan, currently living in Iowa, and we really hope to be in the Villages soon. One of the questions that I have been trying to find out is how much room is there in the attic areas above the garages? It seems like if stairs are being pulled down that there could be a lot of room to put up shelving and so forth. How much storage is there really for the average home? I recognize that some models may vary by how much is allowed up there. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'll see you when I get there.
Great question, Jan. Most of the designer homes have an attic. Not all, though, but most of them have a reinforced attic up there with not a whole lot of headroom. Now, some have more than others, but ours doesn't have too much, especially for a big boy. So I send my trusty assistant up there.
Yeah, I won.
She volunteered. I didn't make her go.
No.
But we put the old bicycle helmet on her because, you can bang your head on those roofing nails and things up there.
I have learned to put that bicycle helmet on because every time I go up there, I will move things around and all of a sudden, bang, bang. I think one time I hit my head 4 times and it wasn't just a little bang, it was a hard bang. And I learned a lesson from that. So I definitely use my bicycle helmet in the attic.
We have a lot of stuff up there. So Jan, here's a private tour of our attic.
Hi everybody, I'm getting ready to go into the attic and show you how we have stored our extra things. I have my helmet ready. I've got a flashlight, which I don't need too much, but I'll show you. We do have lights up here. And let's take a look. Okay, the first thing I do, I get halfway up and I'm going to turn on the light switch. And it's right here. So that's pretty nice. And then I'm going to show you what we have, how we've stored our items. So when we come up the steps, I have to take a little step over this little beam here. And we've put a board down so that we can get through. Now this is where I have to do the tuck my head business. I go here, and in the middle here, I just hit my head. I'm going to sit down on this little crate and show you along this side. We have a picture that we didn't need, a mirror. We have a lot of buckets that are Christmas all along through here. And underneath the eaves are things we don't ever use, which we probably should get rid of. A lot of yard equipment like rakes and buckets and fertilizers that we very seldom use. So, and then on this side over here, we have lots of storage between the eaves. Or those aren't eaves. Oh, there's another hit. Did you see that? I've hit twice. We keep a ladder up here. We have a lot of old buckets full of stuff. So it's got great storage. And I like to keep this space open here in the middle so I can get through both sides. A lot of things for grandkids. We keep some strollers, some old suitcases. I wouldn't advise putting too many of the suitcases because the wheels did get too hot. Just a little shove.
Well, you did a good job as always. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do it. I mean, I just couldn't. I can't even straighten. I can't even nearly straighten up there.
No, you can't. And I know I spent one time an hour or 2 hours up there, and it was pretty hot.
Oh boy!
And I rearranged everything up there, but I knew he couldn't do that. He just really couldn't handle that heat up there.
Oh come on! I can handle the heat. It's the height.
It's the height.
It's not heat. It's height.
Anyway.
Couldn't handle the heat.
Couldn't handle the heat.
If I couldn't handle the heat, I'd stay out of the kitchen.
You get out of that kitchen.
And I'm in the kitchen.
Or out of the attic. And you know what? What makes it so nice in the attic is that we now have those lovely stairs that help us get in and out. And I do appreciate that.
Yeah, they're nice. And that guy is in our list of contractors on the website.
That's right.
All right, what's next?
Well, this is from Nancy. For lifestyle visit, which airport do you recommend using? Best way to and from it? Well, I think Jerry did a little bit of research.
Yeah, I can speak to that a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, we use MCO. That's Orlando.
Right.
There are actually two Orlando airports. One is MCO, and the other one is Sanford Orlando Airport. We don't go to that one. Never been to that one.
No, we haven't. We heard a lot of people.
It's a little further.
It's further.
And we have used Gainesville Airport. It's a very small airport. I love it.
It's charming.
But it's so tiny that only a couple of airlines service it, and they don't go to the places we want to go necessarily. So we have used it, but we go to MCO most times. Another good one to use if you have, and I would actually prefer this if I had a little more time, is Tampa. Because let's face it, Orlando, you get all the Disney traffic.
That's true.
Those planes are fuller. That airport is fuller. The lines are longer. Tampa's better, but it's a little farther. So from our home, and which by the way is going to be different. If you live down in the new section, Southern Oaks, your time's going to be shorter than this. If you live up farther north, your time's going to be longer than this. So for us to get to MCO, that's Orlando, it says 1 hour and 6 minutes. I've never really made it that fast. It's usually an hour and 15 through the infernal turnpike. They have been working on that turnpike for the entire time we've lived here.
True.
And people drive crazy on the turnpike, and you have to pay tolls. If you go to Tampa, you don't need to pay any tolls. But like I said, it's further. That Tampa airport is 87 miles away and an hour and 29 minutes. Easier on the parking, easier on the lines, and you don't have any tolls, but you're going to take about 15 extra minutes to get there, so you can consider that. That Sanford Orlando Airport's even further. It's 78. Well, it's not further. It's 78 miles, but it's an hour and 23 to get to the Sanford International Airport.
Yeah.
And Gainesville is 71 miles from our house, and it says an hour 27 minutes, but it's pretty smooth. It's right up the highway. There are some companies that will come and take you to the airport, and we use Groom. Groom charges $40 a trip if you book it online. If you don't book it online, it's $45. So you want to book it online, they make lots and lots of trips every day to the airport.
Is that per person?
It's per person, per person. And Village Airport Van does the same thing, and they make over 40 trips a day back and forth.
Wow.
Probably Groom does too.
Yeah.
And that's also available to your door for $45 a trip. So Groom and Village Airport Van, that'll get you there. Now you have a little concern.
I have used it many times, and I like it because it keeps him off the road. Not that he's a bad driver; he's a great driver. But you get tired to driving it, and I feel sorry for him. So I won't drive that. So when I'm on the Groom or the van, the only drawback for me is that on the way there or on the way back, they're picking up other people, and it's going to make your trip just a little bit longer because you're going to be picking up people waiting to get their luggage off or luggage on, and that's a little drawback. But I love that he doesn't have to drive the turnpike.
And no tolls.
Right.
And it's about $11.80 in
Right.
tolls, and probably close to $15-20 in gas
Yeah.
to do it. So
true.
you're not saving a lot of money by driving yourself.
Right.
Do you remember last week we had Ken, the roofing expert, talk to us about
Yeah.
roofing and insurance and that sort of thing? Great. And we're going to have him on in the show, like we said. But we had an email from Ken, and it said 2 days before he moved in, his home was struck by lightning. Listen to this. Our house was struck by lightning 2 days before we moved in. It took out the AC, the garage door openers, and the irrigation system controller. Luckily, we didn't have anything in the home yet, or it could have been much worse. Now, since Ken's a roofer, he fixed the roof himself, but look at that hole in the roof. It looks like it was done by a torpedo or something. I mean, it's crazy. But lightning's an issue down here, and we will have that show that covers more information about it at a future date.
This is from Bob Austin. I have a roofing question for your next roofing show. I am from Indiana also. When we put a new roof on our home, they put it right on top of the old one. We were told it was acceptable to put a second roof on without removing the first. We could not put on a third. Why in Florida do the roofers insist on removing the first roof? The labor to remove the first roof could reduce the price considerably.
Yeah, if you leave the shingles on and have a new one put on like we did in Indiana, it's an easier job. Although we didn't do that in Indiana. We actually had ours all torn off.
Yeah, we did.
Because we lived there for so long.
Yeah.
But here, if you want the insurance company to be satisfied, it's got to be taken all the way down to the plywood. And if there's any damage to the plywood, they'll fix that.
Yeah.
If they don't totally replace that black tar paper, I mean, you've got old tar paper, you've got brittle, it's been
Yeah.
heated for so long. As far as the insurance company is concerned, they don't know if that's good and solid or not. So that's why. But again, 2 roofing questions in a row. That's going to be addressed on our roofing show a little bit later. Hey, can you hear that outside? That is our grass cutter.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll say here, because we get asked this question all the time, who's your grass cutter? It doesn't matter who ours is. He doesn't travel. This Villages is so huge. Most of the grass cutters are pretty full. What you need to do is ask the neighbor that lives across from the street from you or next door to you, because then they don't have to make a trip. They're already there. They'll
Yeah.
cut your grass.
Yeah.
And plus it all gets cut on the same day. And so everybody's yard looks even and nice.
Right. Yeah.
But they're here, so if that sound bothers you, you'll know what it is. It's our grass cutters.
Yay.
I told you we would give you an update on the golf cart fire last week.
Oh, yes.
It was down in Brownwood on West Torch Lake Drive. It's where all those golf carts kind of nose in, and they park all along there, and it's so impressive when you see all that.
It is nice.
But Mark and Debbie sent us that video that you saw last week. I'll show you just a tiny clip of it here. But we tried to get more information because at that point we didn't know, was it a gas cart or an electric cart? What happened? So we got an update. It's secondhand information, so it may not be totally accurate, but it's what we heard. Patty wrote and said that supposedly the gas cart, when they filled it up with gas, they didn't put the gas cap back on fully,
Whoa.
tightly, and some gas jostled out onto the engine. Because
Oh.
this is actually a very short distance from the gas pumps
That's true.
where that happened. Very
Yeah.
short distance.
Yeah.
Couple hundred yards probably.
Sure.
And the gas spilled out onto the hot motor and ignited, and wow. I guess that's just a reminder for all of us. Put that gas cap on nice and tight. In fact, you can probably hear it click.
Yes.
And get that thing on there.
Yeah.
And that was a gas cart. You know, we wondered if it was electric because we hear about electric carts and overcharged batteries.
Right.
But it was a gas cart.
Right. Wow. Wow. This is from Rosa. Hi, I would like to know which is better, electric or gas in the villages. I notice some homes have electric stoves, others gas. How do I get my husband to move?
Well, I'll address the last question first, Rosa. Stop cooking. Tell him you're not going to cook anything else until you get to Florida, or you probably have other methods of persuasion, and you can use those to get him to Florida.
Well, many times we've stopped cooking while we're in Florida. No.
A lot of people eat all their meals out here. It's
There's
crazy.
a lot of eating.
Because when you eat a lunch out, it's going to cost you $30, and when you eat a dinner out, it's going to cost you $40 or $50.
Yeah.
Man, that adds up on the course of a year.
Well, that's why we start splitting meals. We feel like we're dieting.
We don't do that because of the cost. You're going to have
Yeah.
people thinking that I'm a tightwad.
Cheapskate.
We do it because we don't eat that much anymore.
Yeah.
You ever find yourself just kind of trying to get the last part down, just shovel it, clean your plate like a good little boy or girl?
We were taught that as kids. We had to clean our plate. That was important. Our parents said, clean your plate. We did it.
But now I think you will attest, I very seldom clean my plate, do I?
No, he leaves a couple bites. He does.
Or I have a sandwich.
Or have a sandwich, or I get it. But, yeah.
She eats my
And as
apple.
far as gas or electric, the newer homes down south have a lot of gas in their homes. Up north, it's mostly electric. Now, way up north, I think there's more gas, right, Jerry? Up in Spanish Springs
There are
area?
places with gas.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, and I should have gotten a better answer on this. Did you get an answer about
I
it?
did not.
When you build a new home in a gas neighborhood, I think the appliances are included, and so you're going to get gas appliances.
Mm-hmm.
You could certainly switch out anything you didn't like on your own after you move in,
Yeah.
but I don't know about the before part.
No.
Yeah.
I-
But which is better is totally up to you.
Right. We prefer electric. We've always had electric. You grew up with gas, right?
Well,
With your
when you turn
parents?
on gas, you get instant heat,
That's true.
instant fire,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure you could boil water faster and cook things
There's
faster.
advantages. There sure are.
And you could light your cigarette.
Yeah, right. But there are, like you said, both gas and electric. So.
I think if the power went out, I remember my dad just turning on the oven and opening the door.
Ooh, that's
you know,
a little
when the power
dangerous.
went out.
That's dangerous.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it dangerous when you bake a cake?
Well, when you keep the door open, I don't know. I just don't
Okay.
know. Anyway, good luck. I hope you get a new home, and I hope you move down here.
All right. This question is about tankless water heaters. You've seen those. It's from James and Joan in Spokane, Washington. Hi, Jerry and Linda. While on a lifestyle visit this past April, we noticed that instead of hot water tanks, there are tankless heaters mounted on the side of a house. Are those heaters reliable, lasting a while before needing repair? And if so, are they expensive to maintain? Well, I researched it a little bit, and I found a comment online from somebody that has the tankless. We have a lot of friends that have tankless down there.
We do.
And they like them just fine. And the comment was, I had my water heater tank replaced a few months ago. I thought about going with a tankless water heater, but with tankless model, you should also buy the clean-out kit and you flush it every year. So nix the tankless water heater for me. And I've heard there is a small level of maintenance with them, but there is with another water heater also.
Sure.
We drained ours this past year.
Yeah.
And ours has an expansion tank on top of it.
Right.
I'm not sure about, well, there wouldn't be one there at all because that's on the outside of the
it's
house.
on the outside. So there's always maintenance to whatever you have. Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shirley. I called you Shirley. This is from Joe and Karen in Western New York. Do you know which neighborhood has the lowest HOA fees? And they're not really called HOA fees.
No.
They're amenity fees.
All right, we call it amenity fee. We don't have an HOA, a group of citizens that gets together to review things.
Right.
we have a board of directors on each one of the districts.
Districts, right.
We live in District 10. And everybody from Orange Blossom way up at the top all the way down to Lake Denham, they have the same amenity fee, $189 to start. Now, that depends on when you bought your home, because are small increases every year based on the cost of living. So everybody's isn't going to be the same, but they're all around $189. There would not be one neighborhood where you could go buy because their amenity fee is less.
Yeah.
No. People, your next door neighbor may have a different amenity fee, a little less or more than you, depending on when they bought their home. So that's the difference. But as far as a neighborhood with a lower one, forget it. This is from Rodney and Jackie. Rodney lives up in that neighborhood we were just talking about, up there in the Orange Blossom area.
Right.
And you've seen him on our show before. They call him Tall. Great people, him and his wife Jackie. He's the one that is Santa Claus for the kids, and she's Mrs. Claus. They sent a few pictures of the hilltop pool. And this is just indicative of what happens at every pool sooner or later. They will update the pool. Now, it's probably been a long time.
Sure.
You see the pictures there. It's being refurbished, the pool's drained, and the work's being done to the interior of the pool and the deck. And that'll be completed by October 27th, according to the notice that's pasted on the gate there. And Rodney says that's his amenity fee at work.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
that's what we pay for. And you know what? That's nice. Nice to know that they're doing upkeep. I love that. And this is from Cindy Evans in Stoddard, Wisconsin. This is probably one of the silliest questions ever, but does your cold tap water get cold? I had a friend over the weekend that lived in Florida for 13 months tell me that the cold tap water never gets cold because the pipes run through the hot attic and it never is cold. Also, flying cockroaches. Is this an issue? These folks said they will dive bomb at your face. Well, quickly must say something about that. I've never seen a flying cockroach ever. I hope I never do. And as far as cold water in our pipes, she's a little bit right about that. I have, the cold water is not cold. Only time I get really cold water is if I use the refrigerator water. Yeah, it's not cold.
No, you're not going to get cold water, and it's lukewarm. You know, the cold water's lukewarm.
Yeah.
Because the sand outside, I mean, they're only buried so deep. Up in Indiana, that would be buried over 2 feet deep, the water lines.
Yeah.
But those water lines don't come through our attic. They come underneath. But some of the homes, maybe somewhere here, they come through the attic, but not here in the villages, I don't think. No. I don't know of any anyway.
No.
So I did a little experiment earlier. I wanted to tell how long it took to get hot water. That's my complaint. It takes forever. It took 3 minutes in the kitchen. Put the hot water on full blast, and it's just that regular
just tap water, just
water
cold.
for almost 3 minutes before it started getting hot. And I did the dishes last night, and it took forever to fill that sink up.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, you heard that right.
He did the dishes. I went to play cards, and it was a little experiment because Jerry likes to put everything in the dishwasher, and I'm a prude about it. I want plastic. I want to wash plastic. I want to wash my good knives. I want to wash my pans by hand. And he puts everything in there. So, but I left a great big stack of dishes. He goes, "Have fun, Linda. I'll do the dishes." And I went, "Whoa." So when I got back, he had a nice pile on the kitchen counter.
You were testing me?
Not really. I was just trying to see if you stuck them in the dishwasher. But you know what happened? Before I left, I stuck the dishwasher on it and had full of already dishes that were dirty. So he had nowhere to put those dishes in the sink.
Not yet. I haven't gotten around to that yet.
Did you stuff more stuff in there?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, he did a great job, and I'm very proud of him.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very proud.
Time for Out and About. We went to McCracken's Irish Pub in Leesburg. That was good.
That was a delicious place. You all are going to love this place.
Yeah. I asked you to try to remember, because I can't ever remember, we're eating out so much, what we had that night, but I know what I had. I had the fish and chips. I was so impressed with this place. Let me tell you, it's pretty. It's quaint. It's an Irish pub kind of place.
Yeah.
And I hate recommending these places because next time we go, we'll have to wait.
We have to wait in line.
But honestly, of all the places I've eaten in the last year or two, I can't think of any that I liked more than this one.
Yeah.
The fish and chips was just the way that fish was flaky, and they brought me 2 decent pieces, thick,
Yeah.
flaky fish. And the waitress said, "You know what? I think you should have a little more fish than that." She brought me another piece.
I wonder why she did that.
I don't
It
know.
was awful
That
nice.
was great, and
Yes.
I got the they called Parmesan
Fries.
fries,
I think they call them fries.
but that's what I got. I told her to leave off the
they're like,
Parmesan.
they're like steak fries.
And I asked him to cook them a little crispy, and they were A1. I loved it. Loved everything I had there.
Yeah.
And what did you have?
I had a corned beef and slaw sandwich. It was kind of like corned beef, whatever, and it was delicious. It really was, and it had real nice sauce on it. And then I also had, I had some slaw. Well, yeah, I had slaw in the sandwich, but I loved it. That fish was big. His fish that he got was big and flaky. It wasn't that really flat, thin stuff where you're cutting and going, "Where's the fish?" This was delicious.
Full disclosure, we went back again. We'd been twice
Twice.
this week, and she got the fish.
I did this time. And those fries are really neat. They're a steak fry and they're kind of hollowed out in the middle. And they use that in an appetizer. They have a fantastic appetizer, which we haven't tried yet, next time. Because they'll give you a little coupon for it. If that's your first time there, you'll get a coupon for it. And you come back and you can get this appetizer in this
Freebie.
And it is these little steak fries that are hollowed out. And then they put this for the appetizer. They put meat and cheese and garlic and I don't know what else, sauce. It's supposed to be yummy. I'm looking forward to going back for that.
And you had coleslaw with your fish also.
I did. Oh yeah.
So anyway, we're pumping them up because
It's
it's really good.
McCracken.
McCracken's Irish Pub. They don't know we're doing this. We always go in like ninjas, we have our meal and
Then we start taping.
yeah, we're doing that. So
Yeah.
it's fun, good place. We want to tell you all about something special that we're going to do coming up on November 18th. And we'd like to invite you to come too because I think it's going to be outstanding. There is a fellow, he's a professional illusionist and hypnotist, and his name is Michael C. Anthony. And we were asked if we would like to come to his performance at the Wildwood Community Center on November 18th. And we are going to go. And they also said, would you like to do
Like a little promo.
a promo with him? And he will call you and you'll Zoom and he'll do one of his illusions for you. And we did it, and it totally blew my mind.
It did.
And we're going to show you the entire illusion as we get closer to that performance time. But tickets are $25. That's pretty cheap for anything worth going to here in the Villages.
Yeah.
And the Wildwood Community Center, of course, is really close by. So if you are interested, go. We'll call it a Jerry and Linda meet and greet. You come on out, get yourself they have tables of 8 that you
Yeah.
can buy.
Yeah.
Or you can get a ticket for $25. But we're going to be there and hope you will be too.
In the Villages, there's a lot of entertainment going on. You can go so many different places to be entertained. At the Savannah Center coming up this week on Thursday the 19th is the Duprees and the Vogues, and they're with Rocky and the Rollers. That'll be a great show, very lively, I'm sure. And then also there's a show, a tribute to Tina Turner called Hot Legs. That will be a wild show, I'm sure. That's on Friday. Also on Friday, but this is at the Sharon, is Jay Leno. So we're looking forward to that show.
No, we're going to that show. And Jay, if you're out there watching, and I'm pretty sure you watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't you?
This is quality entertainment.
There you go.
We will be there, and we have put in a request to do an interview with you. So if you see this, if you could pencil us in, we would appreciate that.
That's true. And then at the Tierra del Sol, it's the Studio Theater. This seats a small group of people, maybe less than 100. And the season 8 is finishing their first show, which is called Angel Street, and that's through this Saturday. So I hope you get tickets for that.
All right. The word scramble. Last week, a lot of you got it, and some didn't. It was see you when you get here, parentheses later. Well, it was a play on see you later, alligator. So the clue was, or the answer was American alligator. So that's it. So I hope you
That's
got that.
it.
Here's this week's puzzle. Very short, should be very easy. And the clue is very short as well. Harold, Gary, and now? That's it.
It's time for sweet and salty.
All right, you want to do the sweet or the salty?
I'll go sweet. I like sweet. This is from Kelly Herring. Bob and I love all your shows. We get such enjoyment from each episode and appreciate all the hard work you put into them.
Thank you, Kelly.
Very
I
much,
know
yeah.
who that is, and Kelly and her husband Bob. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are super nice folks, and we appreciate your kind words. I've got a salty comment. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have a folder with about 500 salty comments,
Right,
and I'm going through that every week to find one to bring you, and I can't find any that are decent enough. They're profane. They are insulting, I mean big time, or they are vulgar, and
No, we won't give you satisfaction.
no, well, I mean, I just don't, we don't go that
No.
in our show, but anyway, I'm running out of decent, nasty comments.
Well, are you asking for people to do that?
Someday I
Don't.
would love to have a show and show you all of those comments. I would love it, but I don't think that's
I
going to
think
happen.
that would have to be a scrolling one where they
But-
can read them.
But this one is from Home Decor Life. And she says, "Oh, bless your heart for calling your house a designer house." Isn't that sweet? She's, bless her heart, right?
Yeah, whatever.
I guess, she doesn't know. I'm going to say that's a she because Home Decor Life, love. I'm going to think that she doesn't know that the Villages has several types of homes. They have your patio villas, your courtyard villas, your designer homes, your premier homes, your veranda homes, your cottage homes. They just have a title,
Yeah.
and that's what ours is.
Yeah.
We're not under the assumption that, as wonderful as I think this home is, that it's any more special than most of the homes here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you. That was such a kind thing to say. Time for shout-outs. As you see, those are some of our new followers. They're some of our new subscribers. They may be people that hit that super thanks button, or they may be people that sent some of these wonderful things.
Oh, look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that. Look.
and so we really care about all of you that are watching, and I would love to have a show where I just talk about every one of you and tell your names.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid I'd forget somebody, and you think how you'd feel if I named everybody but you.
Yeah.
So I just can't do it. We want to do it, but thank you, and thank to all those people.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah, we love you. We love you. Well, Laura here says they've been watching our show for 2 or 3 years now, and they have finally bought a home. Congratulations and welcome. And next time, tell us who that fellow is.
Yeah, a lot of times people send us an email and they don't identify that second person. And anyway, welcome. Marianne and Jim say that they hope to move to the Villages. Here they are at Jim's work conference in California. They found a big photo of Gizmo all the way out there, and they wanted to share it with us. So
Oh, that's sweet.
thank you both.
Oh, sweet. Well, Peter from Nard, remember him? He did help do the hurricane watch and the weather. Well, he sent us the photos of a neighborhood group in Citrus Grove that bowls together. What a great group of friends here, and fellowship in the Villages is always a wonderful thing.
That's one of the big strengths of the Villages. We can
Yeah.
always find people.
Yeah.
If we want to go out and have a good time, we can always find people to do that with.
Absolutely.
And it's good. And Peter is, he's kind of our roving reporter, so thank you very much, Peter. This is Cheryl and Benny Sybil.
Oh,
Now, we were invited to a surprise party for Cheryl. Now, we already knew her because she invited us to a driveway party a couple years ago.
that's right.
And we had a great time. And they had a lovely bash over at the Trillium Rec Center. And it was a big surprise for her.
She was shocked.
And lots of her new friends, and her 2 sons even popped in from out of town.
yeah.
And it was a nice big event. We had a great time. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Well, Chad Montgomery is a friend of ours, and he lost some earbuds, some real good ones. And those Apple ones, you know, during a workout session, because he likes to pump iron.
Just
I guess.
show off.
Yeah. Well, he later realized that he had lost it and went back, and someone had turned them in. That's another example of good, kind people here in the villages.
Yeah, well, she knows of another really good example, and we're going to talk about that
Yeah,
on a different show.
yeah.
But it happens all the time.
It does.
Something you would not expect if you lived where we used to live, or maybe where you live now. But this is a place where, more often than not, people are going to do the right
Very
thing.
kind,
That's
very
what I
kind.
feel about it.
That's true.
Yeah. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Be sure and tune in for Thursday's show. Again, juggling some shows here. I'm not sure which one's going to come out the best and be ready for you, but we'll try to have a good one for you on Thursday. And please be sure and check out that website, jerryandlinda.com. And we have some good stuff on there, and we'd just be real happy if you'd get on there and take a look and tell us what you think.
And on the right side, you can hit that follow button, and we'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, right as you go to the page,
Yeah.
on the right there's a Facebook link, but it's the word follow there. You hit that follow, and you're a follower, and you hear our news. So
And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do that and follow us on Facebook and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
see you when you get here.